Scientists freak out at the proof Earth is at rest in a special place and not moving throughout the universe. This is an X-ray of the Antikythera device found in a wreckage in the coast of one of the islands of Greece, Antikythera. That's why it's called the Antikythera mechanism, found buried in remains of a Roman galley off the point Lifadia in the island of Antikythera in a wreckage discovered October 1900 by sponge divers. The reconstruction efforts of this thing is actually an astronomical clock, an astronomical calendar with inscriptions covered. It's got various gears, very technical, and it is a mechanical analog computer, an astronomical clock. The mechanism requires us to completely rethink our attitudes towards ancient Greek technology, which was obviously quite advanced. This mechanism here shows us that the ancient Greeks, with their advanced technology, had the Earth as the center of the planetary system. Earth, and not solar, not the sun. So the ancients who had knowledge of the astronomical calendar of constellation changes, pinpointing their activity, had Earth as the center. And this is one of my previous videos from my M Lord and God channel, and I hope you enjoy it. The explanation lies here in this video. A tweet has been heard around the universe. The Earth is in a special place. Top scientists are freaking out at this, based on new evidence. Geocentrism or heliocentricism is the astronomical model in which the Earth and planets move around the Sun at the center of the solar system. Historically, heliocentrism was opposed to geocentrism, which placed the Earth at the center. The notion that the Earth revolves around the Sun had been proposed as early as the 3rd century BC by Aristarchus of Samos of Greece, but at least in the post-ancient world, Aristarchus's heliocentrism attracted little attention, possibly because of the loss of scientific works of the Hellenistic era. It wasn't until the 16th century that a geometric mathematical model of the heliocentric system was presented by the Renaissance mathematician, astronomer, and Catholic cleric Nicholas Copernicus, leading to the Copernican revolution. In the following century, Johannes Kepler elaborated upon and expanded the model to include elliptical orbits, and the Galileo Galilei presented supporting observations made using a telescope. And with the observations of William Herschel, Frederick Bessel, and others, astronomers realized that the Sun was not the center of the universe as heliocentrists at the time of Copernicus had supposed. Modern thinking is that there is no specific location that is the center of the universe as per Albert Einstein's principle of relativity. Now, concerning Tycho Brahe's geo-heliocentric system, this was around 1587, prior to the publication of De Revolutionibus by Copernicus. The most widely accepted system had been proposed by Ptolemy, in which the Earth was the center of the universe and all celestial bodies orbited it. Tycho Brahe, arguably the most accomplished astronomer of his time, advocated against Copernicus's heliocentric system and for an alternative to the Ptolemaic geocentric system. A geo-heliocentric system, now known as the Tychonic system, which the 5 then known planets orbit the Sun, while the Sun and the Moon orbit the Earth. Tycho appreciated Copernican system but objected to the idea of a moving Earth on the basis of physics, astronomy, and religion. The Aristotelian physics of the time, the modern Newtonian physics was still a century away, offered no physical explanation for the motion of the massive body like Earth, whereas it could easily explain the motion of heavenly bodies by postulating that they were made of a different sort of substance called ether that moved naturally. This ether is something that has been hidden even by modern-day scientists. If they do not disclose the presence of ether, it's because perhaps they know it's there, but they want to keep it from the whole human kind. Ether was believed by the ancients to exist everywhere in the universe. Going back to the text, so Tycho said that the Copernican system expertly and completely circumvents all that is superfluous or discordant with the system of Ptolemy. On no point does it offend the principle of mathematics, yet it ascribes to the Earth, that hulking, lazy body, unfit for motion, a motion that is as quick as that of the ethereal torches, and a triple motion at that. Likewise, Tycho took issue with the vast distances to the stars that Aristarchus and Copernicus had assumed in order to explain the lack of any visible parallax. Tycho measured the apparent sizes of stars, now known to be illusory, that's his stellar magnitude, and used geometry to calculate that in order to both have those apparent sizes and be as far away as heliocentrism required. Stars would have to be huge, much larger than the Sun, the size of Earth's orbit or larger. So regarding this, Tycho wrote, "Deduce these things geometrically if you like, and you will see how many absurdities, not to mention others, accompany this assumption of the motion of the Earth by inference." So he also cited the Copernican system's opposition to the authority of sacred scriptures in more than one place as a reason why one might wish to reject it, and observed that his own geoheliocentric alternative offered neither the principle of physics nor holy scriptures. There has now been made a new documentary concerning the fact that our solar system is a heliocentric solar system. The movie is called The Principle, and it stresses the fact that humans are significant. We have proof, and we are to spread this truth. This is what scientists have been trying to play down, that humans are not significant, Earth is not important, that there are millions of other solar systems in the universe that could be even more important or more intelligent than us, even though they have no proof of this. So the mainstream media is finally declaring that the documentary, The Principle, has been saying since it was released in 2014. When The Principle tried saying it in 2014, there were many top scientists that freaked out, scientists meaning those who were specialized in this subject, astronomers, cosmologists, including some of the scientists who were featured in the documentary. Lawrence Krauss, followed by Kate Mulgrew, the documentary's narrator, both came out against the film in April 2014, before the film was ever even completed, followed by some of the other participants. Mass media outlets came down hard on The Principle for questioning the Copernican principle. And now that The Principle is going viral, scientist establishment and the scientific establishment, mass media, know that they can no longer hide this truth. So they are joining The Principle without mentioning it and starting to spread the news. The Earth is in a special place. This truth is now going well beyond exoplanet census. Though this just adds a new dimension to the mounting evidence that mainstream science would prefer not to share with people, but has lost control thanks to The Principle and the admissions of scientists, the truthful admissions of these scientists that is captured as they're witnessing on camera. So as we see stories spreading about Earth in a special place, Earth in a central place, and things like that, that originated with the principal, the principal broke the story and captured top scientists witnessing this, admitting this on film. And this is the current state of cosmology. The way things are structured in our solar system and the universe, that is. Lawrence Krauss, Michio Kaku, the professor, George Ellis, Max Tegmark, Julian Barbour, Bernard Carr, and many others. So to understand the news in the truest form, we have to watch this documentary, The Principle. I'll leave a link below for you. It's about an hour or so. Very interesting. Establishment science wants to control the dialogue, and by releasing news stories such as these, they're attempting to shape the story as they wish. The link is below for you for The Principle, 2015 documentary movie. It's about an hour and 15 minutes. It's very interesting. In the documentary The Principle, there's a fast-paced historical brief of the various theories concerning heliocentric and geocentric systems, and we also have various present-day cosmologist professors, astronomers, one of them being Michio Kaku, who has a statement, various statements in the Principle documentary. One of them is a prediction that in the middle of this century we will have alien contact from aliens of outer space as proof of their existence, and another is that he claims that, well, what will astronomers and cosmologists do if, in fact, the Earth is the center of the universe, even our solar system? They'll be out of a job, he says. So you could imagine. This was frank. I mean, okay, he admitted this on his own. What are we going to do if it's a geocentric system? We'll all be out of a job. Well, maybe he should plan on finding some other type of profession. It goes without saying that these scientists, of course, have nothing to do with God or faith or religion. They believe that science is their religion. Joshua, who took control, the responsibility of guiding Israel after the death of Moses, made the sun stand still, as we read in the Holy Bible, Joshua chapter 10, verses 1 to 15. Now, Adoni-Zedek, king of Jerusalem, heard that Joshua had taken Ai and totally destroyed it, doing to Ai and its king as he had done to Jericho and its king, and the people of Gibeon had made a treaty of peace with Israel and had become their allies. He and his people were very much alarmed at this because Gibeon was an important city like one of the royal cities. It was larger than Ai, and its men were good fighters. So Adoni-Zedek, king of Jerusalem, appealed to Hoham, king of Hebron, Piram, king of various kings, because it had made peace with Joshua and the Israelites. So the 5 kings of the Amorites, the kings of Jerusalem, Hebron, Jarmuth, Lachish, and Eglon, joined forces, and they moved up all their troops and took positions against Gibeon and attacked it. The Gibeonites sent word to Joshua in the camp at Gilgal, "Do not abandon your servants. Come up to us quickly and save us. Help us, because all the Amorite kings from the hill country have joined forces against us." So Joshua marched up from Gilgal with his entire army, including all the best fighting men. The Lord said to Joshua, "Do not be afraid of them. I have given them into your hands. Not one of them will be able to withstand you." After an all-night march from Gilgal, Joshua took them by surprise. The Lord threw them into confusion before Israel, so Joshua and the Israelites defeated them completely at Gibeon. Israel pursued them along the road going up to Beth Horon and cut them down all the way to Azekah and Makkedah. As they fled before Israel on the road down from Beth Horon to Azekah, the Lord hurled large hailstones down on them, and more of them died from the hail than were killed by the swords of the Israelites. Verse 12. On the day the Lord gave the Amorites over to Israel, Joshua said to the Lord in the presence of Israel, quote, "Sun, stand still over Gibeon, and you, moon, over the valley of Aijalon." So the sun stood still, and the moon stopped. till the nation avenged itself on its enemies. It was written in the book of Jasher. The sun stopped in the middle of the sky and delayed going down about a full day. There has never been a day like it before or since, a day when the Lord listened to a human being. Surely the Lord was fighting for Israel. Then Joshua returned with all Israel to the camp at Gilgal. So even here we see the evidence that God himself gives proof that it's mankind that is in control and close to God. When God heard Joshua asking for the sun and the moon to stand still. I'll leave links below for you for this.